So I got home on like Sunday night. On Tuesday, my manager called me and was like, it's time for a new contract. I said, all right, bet. He's like, when you want to fight again? I was like, I'm quartering Chukagian, so like maybe November, December. He's like, okay, cool. He calls me back in an hour. He's like, all right, how about next week with Caitlin Vieira? And I was like, how much? And he told me, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm there. And then it wasn't until I said hell yeah, I was like, wait, where is it? He was like, Fight Island. I was like, oh, all right, I'll take that too, even better.
I was gonna say even better. I mean, you got to fly halfway around the world and all that. I mean, is it fun or is it challenging?
It's both, and I think the challenge is what makes it so fun. I at first I saw how far, like I've been to Abu Dhabi before, and it's a hell of a flight. And so I was like, like that's a flight, but for this kind of opportunity, like why not? My goal is to fight frequently. My goal is to get to the top, and when you get an opportunity to fight the number 6. You can't say no. Yeah,
I was gonna say. I mean, we know she's coming off a loss, but at the same time, I mean, she was like close to a title shot before that. You know what I mean? So even though she had that setback, you still feel like this is I don't say an honor of a matchup, but yeah, a chance to move up.
Hell yeah, it's a chance to move up. It's a great matchup. I'd have fought the 4, 6, 7, 10 for that kind of opportunity, and I've always wanted to do some like gangster shit, like turn right back around, like or get a short notice fight or something like that. I see guys do it in their careers, and I've always wanted to do something real cool like that in my career. So it's like a bucket list check. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm there. And besides, like, I mean, the island's been fantastic, so I'm having a blast.
How about the weight cut side of it? Like having the repeated weight cuts in a short period of time, is that an issue, or is it maybe even a benefit?
It's a benefit. I'm still in fight shape. I'm still pretty low. I didn't get a chance to do too much junk food, so I took my daughter out for ice cream on Monday, and that was about the most damage I did. So we got back on the plane and came right back.
Very nice.
So I feel good. I'm at 45 already, so we rocking and rolling for real.
Talk about the matchup itself as far as breakdown. I mean, did you feel like you knew enough about her game already? Because obviously you don't get a lot of time to prep with this sort of a turnaround, right? Did you feel comfortable that you already knew enough about her game, or that it just didn't matter?
Yeah, man, I've been stalking every girl in the top 15 for like the entire time I've been in the division. I stalked kind of all the divisions. I know what's going on in flyweight for real. So I knew who she was. I knew the type of style she was bringing. And I think stylistically it's a great matchup for me. And honestly, like I said, it could have been anybody. Like, for that kind of opportunity, I'd have taken it.
Nice. And last thing for me, I mean, what would a victory mean here for you? I mean, obviously you've had so many starts and stops and all these ups and downs. This would be a nice little run here in 2020 that you'd have. So what would a victory here mean for you?
It'd mean quite a lot, and it would be a great chance for me to keep this momentum going. That's what I kept talking about after Sarah Morris, and like, I want to fight frequently. I want to keep going, strike while the iron's hot. So it would mean a lot to me, and it would obviously mean a lot to my ranking, and it would mean a lot to my goal. My goal is to be the champion one day, and I don't care how long it takes or who I got to fight to get there. It's gonna put me in a nice spot after this.
Without going into exact figures, could you give an estimate on how much of a percentage your contract got boosted up because you took this fight? And if you didn't accept a new one, how would it work?
Okay, so percentages.
Give us like how much you think you've been bumped up because you took a short notice fight?
Almost double.
Yeah?
Yeah, almost.
Nice.
Like a little less than what it would have been.
You happy with it?
Hell yeah. And we're gonna keep them contracts coming, baby. We're gonna keep cashing checks. That's what I'm here for.
If it was the same paycheck, you think you wouldn't have accepted this short notice?
No, honestly, I'm crazy enough. See, I don't want to say that. I probably would have. But man, we gotta negotiate. That's why I have a manager. That's why you have management, because we're fighters, we're nuts. I'll be like, yeah, like we'll fight. Like fighters will fight for pennies if you look all the way back. Like, we're nuts, but Ali takes good care of me. Ali knows, like, you have a child. I'm gonna make sure you can take care of her. And I was like, thank you, because he took good care of me. He made sure he negotiated that up good for me.
Before one of your last fights on one of the virtual media days, you spoke a lot on the state of women's MMA and how you think it's like progressing faster than men. So now you're the only female fight on this card, and you're also on the main card of a massive pay-per-view. So what does that mean for women's MMA at this point?
Hey, it's dope. We're on a massive pay-per-view. I mean, to be on the same card as Adesanya, I think that's dope. We've also got the light heavyweight title on the line. That's dope. And we're 2 top 15 women going at it in a division that needs a little spark, in a division that needs some new blood and some new heat, because in the last couple of years, Amanda's cleaned it out. So I think to put 2 women on a show that's going to have a lot of eyeballs on it is going to help the division and help women's MMA as a whole. The strawweights been holding it down. They've been bringing some exciting fights, so it's about time the bantamweights start bringing some heat as well.
And I know you're not looking past Saturday, but I assume you think you're going to win. So how closely are you going to be watching that Holly Holm Aldana fight?
Oh, I was going like a hawk, baby. I watch all these girls like a hawk. They might not know me. I know all of them. Whether I don't care what happens on Saturday, I'm gonna be watching that fight.
Do you like that matchup? And considering if Holly wins, she might get another title fight. I think a lot of people thought that Aldana had done enough to just get the title shot at Bantamweight already.
I think Aldana's done a lot to get there, but so like removing myself as a fighter, I'm not too mad at Aldana taking one more win before she gets to Nunes. And Nunes is fighting at 45, so you got to stay active in the division. I think as a fighter, I wouldn't want to wait. I'd probably want to fight maybe if I'm not in Aldana's shoes. So, just kind of from analyst point of view, I would say Aldana probably needs maybe one more to get that title shot. She came off a nice knockout of my opponent coming up this weekend. So, and I think if Aldana beat Holmes, it solidifies her as the next contender. I think coming straight off of that knockout of Caitlin kind of is like, do you give her a shot or not? I think if Aldana beat Holmes, that's for sure a title contender. And Holmes has been a title contender forever, man. So if she wins, she's right back up there where she's been for the last couple of years.
Do you think Aldana does beat Holly?
I think so. I think her boxing is a little bit crisper. It's going to be a bit of a striking fight. And I just think boxing beats kickboxing, just stylistically. And Holly's more of a kickboxer. And all due respect to Holly Holm, I think she's amazing, but I think she's a little bit over the hump maybe. But that's me on my analyst tip. I got paycheck number 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get a desk job with that kind of answer.
And Angela's here doing analyst work this whole week too.
Yeah, Angela's here. I just spoke to her. That's my girl. So I was like, so how'd you get this job? Because it looks pretty sweet. I got a few other goals for my career and my life. So hopefully whoever makes that decision.
I think it's this guy called Dana.
Dana?
I think like.
Oh well, easy. Come on, Dana. I have no problem talking to Dana. I usually yell at him, but I've been yelling less and more cooperative with Dana. I love Dana. He's cool. I like to give him some shit though.
Cool.
Cool.
Good
Awesome.
enough. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.